of I-40 in Chesapeake Energy Arena, taken from the Skydance Bridge in Oklahoma City. That's our setting tonight. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sidelines. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for Leonard.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. Ivica Zubac is out there with Harrell. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Diallo in at the small forward. You know, when it comes to collective mindset of a team, Smitty, what's the difference about the second half of the season compared to the first half of the season?
You know, I think that first half of the season, you're filling out everything. You're filling out teams. You're filling out yourself. You definitely want to get out to a good start. But in that second half, you start standing watching. You're starting to look at the teams that's trying to catch you and the teams you need to catch. It becomes a more sense of urgency.
Here's Leonard, and the layup's good off the glass.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Adams outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari in the corner. Adams trying to free himself up. The offensive rebound. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Paul against Beverley. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard. Got it. Good job in the low post.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Here's Paul. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Gallinari. This one for 3. Rebound by the Clippers.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Here's Beverley, following the score by Oklahoma City. Inside, here's George, and George with the stuff.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Thunder have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Paul against Beverley. Adams trying to free himself up. He feeds it to Paul. The shot will not fall. Clippers leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. Asked about guarding Kawhi Leonard, he shook his head saying, "It's amazing how he's grown from college to now. One of the game's most complete offensive weapons." And Kevin, the claw is really a tough task to slow down.
Thank you, David. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. It did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
Now here's Harrell. 11 points for him in that last game against Philadelphia. It's stolen by Adams.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was.
Here's Diallo. It's hauled in by Zubats.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And here's Leonard from 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 7 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Paul against Beverly. Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low, Adams. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Outside, George. And he's good on the 3 ball.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Thunder trailing by 10. Diallo with it. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee. Gallinari against Harrell. And Gallinari kicks to Paul. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And over the years, Chris has really honed in on making the 3-point shot. Understands how important it is.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
Here's Beverly. Steven Adams making his last shot. Leonard on the wing. Pass to George. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Leonard.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Diallo. Paul with the ball. He's covered by Leonard. Paul can't get it to go.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
First free throw is good. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams.
And here's a look at stats for Adams. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 13th in rebounding, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you mentioned how powerful he is on the boards, going full throttle at both ends every play, really helping his team compete for wins. Now here's Zubats. 9-point game his last outing, just 5 to shoot, fires the 3, and Paul George good for the 3. George has got 14 points.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Robertson, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. Now, here is Gallinari. 17 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Nobody near Schroeder. No good again that time. Clippers leading by 12. Now here's Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Now the pass to Leonard. On the wing, Jackson. Adams defending. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Ferguson's checked in for Gallinari. The Clippers also changing it up. Jermichael Green comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Leonard. And here's Robertson. Passes to Noel. Here's Ferguson. Tipped away. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. With a break in the action, let's see which teams have come away with the most steals in the NBA this season. In third, the Thunder.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Now here's Schroeder. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Ferguson. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot, and that one's good. Noel. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. 10-point lead coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
You know, sometimes you don't play up to your full potential. The important thing to figure out is what went wrong.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And the Thunder with the possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Adams dishes to Schroeder. They get a hand on it. Throws it up high, and Noel throws it down.
And Schroeder entrusted to run this offense, making the right call.
Clippers leading by 10.
A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Noel finds Schroeder. Over Green. And it's Schroeder missing. And the Clippers getting Harrell in that Chris Paul deal. Turned out to be a decent trade for both teams.
You're totally right. The Rockets already had Capella. Harrell was sort of a redundant in terms of skill set. And you can only have one rim runner on the floor before you began to compromise spacing.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Thunder trailing by 14. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Muscala, he's checked in for the Thunder. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Shamet with the steal. Lobbed up there for Green. No good on the shot. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. Here's Ferguson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Knocked away. Here's Shamet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Defensively, Smitty, why do we see more full court press in college than we do in the NBA?
You know, the guards are better at the NBA level, and I think also your 5-man, who's usually a guy who can't bring it up, they're pretty good at the NBA level. Just overall, Kevin, the skill level at the NBA level is better at college, so you can't really trap guys and pick on one guy who's not equipped.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. 1:51 left to play here in the first. Here's Ferguson. He's covered by Shamet. Pass to Robertson. To the inside. Here's Schroeder. No good. Nice D from Williams. Clippers leading by 15. Jackson has the open look. Here's Morris. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And for a guy this big, you'd like to see more activity on the glass, but give Morris credit. He's getting after it tonight.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Now, here is Muscala. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. To the paint. It's stolen by Schroeder. Here's Ferguson, guarded by Jackson. The Thunder with another miss.
I can't believe he hasn't hit a shot all period. Someone else needs to step up and help close the gap.
And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson. Morris has got 7.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
44 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams against Schroeder. There's the pass to Robertson. Muscala with the bounce pass. Can they get it? And it's good on the layup. 6 points for Nerlens Noel.
These are the fundamentals we're always talking about. Excellent bounce pass.
Williams against Schroeder. Williams passes to Shamet. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And the Clippers lead by 20.
Though he has a score-first mindset, Williams not a bad setup man.
From deep three-point range, and no good on the last second attempt this time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And we'll be right back after this. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the Clippers, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Mike Muscala out there with Noel. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ferguson in at the 3. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Here's Williams. The Thunder making the shot. There's the triple. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the middle. Oklahoma City the rebound. Count it. Noel's got 8 points.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Diallo, he's checked in for Ferguson. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Andre Robertson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by, Noel. And Noel throws it down.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now, here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now on the scoring, 1 for 2 this game.
You see the quickness of Beverly, blinding speed in the inside.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Paul. Great D that time.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Green. Beverly. Smitty, when things get heated between two, we often see a double technical call. But should the instigator be penalized more if it can be determined who was the instigator?
I agree, Kevin. I just don't like sometimes when two guys get into it and you just automatically call a double technical. Because strategy-wise, if I was playing Kevin and their best player had a technical already, I would get into it just so I can call a double technical and hopefully he'll be gone.
Now, wait a minute. Did you really? Honestly?
No, we did. I mean, I think that back in the day you saw like Patrick Ewing, for instance. He had a tech. We would just send somebody out there just to see a couple plays. If we can get him thrown out. Especially now, if you just call a double technical the way they do, a lot of star players have been gone.
Clippers leading by 17. Now Shamet. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Back to Harrell. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. 4 on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. That's a 2 from Paul. Rebound by Harrell.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Shamet with it. Left side, Leonard. Kicks it to Morris. Here's Shamet. They get it back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Thunder trailing by 21. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. To the wing on the left. Oh, Morris in position. He can't get that one to fall.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
For the Thunder, Steven Adams comes in for Noel, and it's Gallinari in for Mike Muscala. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. Gallinari finds Gilgeous-Alexander. To the wing right side. Here's Paul. Here's Adams. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And here's Beverly. 5 points in the game. Here's Leonard, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball, very sparing with his turnovers.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Now Leonard following Chris Paul's 3-point attempts. George, and the shot is good. George has got 18 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Paul. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. And stolen by Harrell. Now the Clippers moving it up. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
He's a power player with great body control. Harrell easily fights through contact.
The Thunder have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Knocks it loose. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's sent back by George.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
To stop the run. Yep, that one goes in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his first bucket in this one.
Despite his slim frame, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing enough strength to take the hit and complete the play.
Now here is George. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Passes it to Diallo. Back to Paul. The shot falls for only his second bucket, 2 for 9.
The result of Paul's awareness of everything around him gets a nice look inside.
To the right side. To the paint. Here's Harrell. No good that time. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Thunder have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Paul kicks to Adams. Gallinari against Leonard. Here's Adams. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Smitty, lately we're seeing more deep three-pointers than ever before. Think you could step out to that 35-foot mark?
Hey, Kevin, I can step out there, but the question is, could I make them at a high percentage? And that's what's so beautiful now. You're seeing these guys step out further and further, but their percentage is higher and higher than it would be from others in my era shooting 35-footers. This is fantastic, but I do not want to see a 4-point line.
And the first one drops. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Oklahoma City shooting 41% from the field in the second quarter up to this point. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
For the Thunder, Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Williams has checked in. Now here's Adams. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Here's Ferguson. 6 to shoot. Down low. And it's sent back by George.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Now here's Schroeder. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Adams. Yes, that goes in.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Williams looking over the floor. Outside Jackson. Oh, that's blocked. Robertson with it. Jackson on him. The shot's good from Robertson.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 70% from the floor. Truly incredible work from this offense tonight. Here's Zubac, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Robertson and stolen by Williams. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back.
Lightning speed. Lou picks the ball clean, gets it up ahead, and that's a nice play.
The Thunder shooting 40% from the field. Now here's Robertson, guarded by Jackson. Schroeder, and the rejection by Zubac. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now here's Williams. Steven Adams unable to get his last shot to go. Pass to Leonard. To the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Lou Williams has been a weapon off the bench for so long, and he has won 6th Man of the Year multiple times.
And for Lou Williams, he is just instant offense when you bring him Smitty into the game.
And a lot of that is just his mindset. Lou Williams, once he's checked in, he is attacking at every given opportunity. Not everyone can be successful off the bench, but Lou Williams has made a career of it.
Free throw good, Lou Williams.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And Williams drops them both. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
His 2nd foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws here tonight. The first one falls. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. George double teamed, and the pass to Jackson. Takes a 3. They grab their own miss, and Green gets it to go. Green's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
Williams against Schroeder. Here's Gallinari. That shot off. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Their next game is at the Rockets Arena in Houston for a game with the Rockets. That'll be the 2nd of this 2-game road trip.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Passes it to Ferguson. Inside. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Back to Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Taken away by Williams. And he banks in the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Now Schroeder. The three. And so it's Los Angeles with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates are getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He ended up with 24 points, 2 block shots, and 4 rebounds. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, we're seeing what it looks like when Paul George takes over. Knockdown shooter, that sets up his drives. And on the defensive end, he has the length to defend 1 through 5.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
It's a part of his game that he can always tap into. There's an art to it, and he is painting the canvas tonight.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's George in at the shooting guard position.
And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can be a game changer on the defensive end. Has very good instincts for staying in front of guys.
Now, here's George. George double-teamed. Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Great player movement, great ball movement. That's fun to watch.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Gallinari, the bounce pass. Here's Adams. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
In transition, Harrell gets a handful of points every game strictly by out-hustling his opponent.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Paul against Beverley. And stolen by Harrell. Left side, Leonard. In the corner, George with it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 5 assists tonight.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
And it's Paul with the ball for Oklahoma City. 90 seconds now into the second half. A nice shot by Gallinari.
That's a beautiful play call. Gallinari's dangerous off the catch because it allows him to get his shot in rhythm.
Beverley, the pass to George. Now Leonard. And stolen by Diallo. Pass to Gallinari. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Beverly. Defense is right there. Out to the wing, to the middle. Here's George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Chris Paul picks up that one.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Clippers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Paul George. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Adams dishes to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads. It's hauled in by Zubats.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
And so here is Oklahoma City after the Clippers pick up 2. Paul with the 3, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Paul's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Knocked loose to the inside. It's stolen by Adams. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Paul's running. Misses the 3. The Clippers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the 3rd quarter.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. That's tipped. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Leonard. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Harrell. And Harrell slams it in. And so here is Oklahoma City. Paul kicks to Diallo. Back to Paul. It's hauled in by Beverly. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Here's George. Following the score by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Paul, no one around him. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
The defense has to stay on Chris Paul. He has a quick trigger on the catch and shoot.
Down low, and again the Clippers turn it over. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Thursday, they'll be playing the Rockets in Houston. And then on Sunday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And for that matchup against the Nets, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
And it's Beverly missing. Thunder have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. High arcing shot. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Gallinari, how last month turned out for him. He's putting up 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
It's not the monster game that we see from him occasionally, but it's still incredibly impressive.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And the Thunder with the possession here. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him. And he goes in for the dunk.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Paul against Beverly. Pass to George. Looking for Beverly. He gets it there. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist here tonight.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. Adams, the pass to Paul. 5 on the clock. Over Beverly. That one off the back iron and out.
You like that he's still attacking, but the results tonight just haven't been there.
Here's George. Again, Los Angeles.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
Al Paul. Cans the 12-footer. Paul's got 12 in the game.
Right there from mid-range. This is where Paul's craftiness is magnified.
And Paul over to help. Zubac's with it. Launches it. Here's Harrell. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. He's got 10.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now here's Paul. He's got 12. To the paint. Adams down low. Zubac's defending, and that one drops.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Inside, and George with the stuff.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Now here's Paul. Poke loose. Adams dishes to Paul. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. And here's Leonard. To the inside. Here's George. Zubac's trying to break loose. George, no good.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
LA has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Gallinari with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul with the fadeaway. They get it back. Here's Adams, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
That's a carryover from the way he played in their last game. All-out energy plays on his way to a huge performance.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Diallo. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Chris Paul. And Adams, no good on that one. And for a long time, JaMychal Green was mostly an energy player. Smitty, he's expanded his game lately.
Worked on developing an outside shot. He can drop a few threes from the power forward spot now, Kevin. He still has a high motor. You love the activity around the rim.
The three from Morris. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Schroeder. Good on the baseline J. Schroeder's got his first points of the night.
When you combine his quickness and his ball handling, Dennis is very elusive.
Williams against Schroeder.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. To the left wing. 1:03 left here in the third quarter. The three-pointer no good. LA's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. The pass to Jackson. Right block shot. It's good. Jackson's got 6 points.
He needs to be more proactive on offense and shoot it more. He's making most of his shots, so he's got to demand the ball more.
Bounce pass, Schroeder. Here's Adams. Passes to Ferguson. Over to the wing. Adams' shot is off. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
First trip to the line for him here.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
And that one falls for Jackson.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Jackson hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Here's Schroeder, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. From deep, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Oklahoma City shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. We've got Ferguson. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Andre Robertson. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Nader in at the 4 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now, here's Shamet after the miss from Dennis Schroeder. Shamet, the pass to Kabengele. Morris outside. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Here's Shamet after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Morris passes to Magruder. Puts it up from 7. He gets it in there. Magruder's got his first points of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. Now Schroeder to the middle. Here's Robertson. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Shamet with it. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. The shot comes out, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. Over to the left wing. Nader. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. In the corner, Shamet with it. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nader's got 5 points now this quarter.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Morris inside. Count it. Good.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Here's Schroeder following the basket by Marcus Morris. Uses both hands to slam it down.
So difficult to stay in front of. Schroeder allowed to get all the way to the rim that time.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Pass to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. And the 3 off target.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Now here's Schroeder. It's stolen by Green. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. In the corner, Shamet with it. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Muscala, and they're moving it up. Schroeder outside. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Got a hand on it. And they're running up the floor. Pushes it down to finish the break.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Here's Kabengele. Over in the corner, Green. Fires from deep. It's good from long range.
Over his career, JaMychal Green has steadily worked on the perimeter jump shot. You have to respect his range from the outside.
Thunder have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's foul number 2 for him. Joakim Noah's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Schroeder. Off the inbound pass, and he makes that one.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Now, here's Shamet. Right wing. Well, Smitty, the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Pass to Kabengele. 6 to shoot. Tries from 10, and the shot goes in.
Noah has a good number of moves to choose from inside. Really looking comfortable down there.
And here's Schroeder. Shamet with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And there's the pass to Magruder. Passes it to Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25. Just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Here's Burton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Burton's got his first 2 points. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Shamet, the pass to Kabengele. Back to Shamet from deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Burton. Pass to Ferguson. No good with the triple. Here's Magruder. You know, Steve, the business part of the NBA, very strong. But Commissioner Silver doesn't want to be complacent either.
No, he doesn't. He's always been forward thinking. They're doing a good job of being proactive and doing a good job of just throwing out ideas. And what I love the most, Kevin, working with the Players Association.
I'm with you. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Morris trying to free himself up.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Thunder have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Ferguson, the pass to Muscala. Here's Burton. Softly drops in the floater.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Now Shamit. Morris outside. Offensive rebound. Noah. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Noah has a little bit of a different release on his jump shot, and that's the reason why he drew the foul.
And bought out by his hometown Knicks. Nice to see Joakim Noah back in action once again.
It is a former Defensive Player of the Year, a 2-time All-Star. His passion is never in question.
And he can't get the first one. So much new technology. A lot of it's so exciting, Steve. Did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
Yes. That really is. Good on the second free throw.
Guys, you know what I like about Noah? His entire career, it's been about defense. Defense, defense, defense.
Here's Burton. And too long on the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the fourth. Pass to Kabengele. Fades away. Bucket is good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Nader. From past the arc. Morris with the rebound. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. There's the pass to Noah. Shamit on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Nader's shot's good.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Out to the right wing. Kabengele passes to Magruder. Noah with it. Dishes it to Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Wants to get it to Shamit and does. Here's Kabengele. And it's the Clippers scoring again. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up. Aside from the rim runners in this league, most bigs are now asked to help stretch the floor.
Pass to Magruder. And here is Morris. Out to the wing. Kabengele passes to Shamit. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Nader's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the right side. Burton, no good.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And the first one drops. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
He doesn't get the second one. Oklahoma City's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down. You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the 3.
Pass to Magruder. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Tries it from 9. And it's Shamet missing. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Nader. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. There's the dish to Robertson. Nader the pass to Burton. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.